Not 1080p. Oh, by the way, this video, Outlast, Glitchless, no thank you, world record progression.
Are you fucking serious?
I already saw this intro, by the way.
Welcome to probably my biggest video yet in terms of effort. This is the Outlast speedrun world record progression of Glitchless no SNQ.
You respect?
This video will only
you will
be
too.
about speedrun.com.
I'm sorry if I missed anyone. You're
not
Malta.
about speed demos archives, because it would be impossible to tell what a glitchless run would be and what was not. The first Outlast speedrun that would be verified was a 55:08, a run that would be done on the 7th of September 2015 by Not Chen, a Canadian runner. The world record would be taken by Nerd Squared with a 54:34, a minute improvement, and then a month later by Finath, the creator of the speedrun.com boards, with a 52:39. Finath would improve the world record by 23 seconds going into 2016. This run would stand until a runner named the Kof Monster took the world record on the 1st of March 2016 with a 52:10. The next world record would be a sub 52, a 51:58 by M. Ford Pop. Streamingfire, a Dutch runner, took the world record on the 12th of January.
I remember Streamingfire.
With a time of 51:51. A very decent run at the time. Then Streaming took the community by force with a 30-second world record.
I remember he had the world record. He had the world record like 51:10. I think Jay's gonna show it soon. He had 51:10. I remember that. I was like, oh my god, he's so good.
51:28. Before this run, the movement wasn't really good, but
yes, Molten.
Fire optimized the movement a lot in the time between the previous world record and this world record. Streamingfire continued the streak of getting world records, getting a 51:22 a few months later. 2 months later, Streamingfire got the first sub 51:20, a 51:18. Streamingfire's world record streak was finally broken on the 4th of October 2017 by SFC Pudding with a 2-second improvement of a 51:16.
I remember Pudding.
Then 2 weeks later, Streamingfire getting the world record back by only 0.13 milliseconds. And 1.5 months later getting a 51:10, a fine run even by today's standards. This was back in December of 2017, 6 years ago. 3 weeks later he got the first sub 51:10, barely, and the race for sub 51 was now on. Out of the blue, Horde of Speedruns shows up and takes the world record by 7 seconds.
Soon me.
With a 51:02. A month later, Horror got the first sub 51 minute run, an incredible achievement for today, 50:59. After that, Folex, a Finnish runner, would get the world record on the 20th of June of 2018. This run would be barely world record by less than 0.1 milliseconds. The run would only last a week since Folex would improve the run with another second, getting a 50:58. Next month, Horror would get the world record back by only 0.1, just like Folex did last month. But only 2 days later, Horror of Speedruns got a 50:57. Runs were now getting pretty tight, sometimes seconds or sometimes even milliseconds at a time. This would be shown by Folex's run 1 week later after Horror's run, getting world record by only 1.5 seconds, a 50:55. Horror would get a 50:54, barely a 1 second improvement from Folex's run later that week. He improved the record by a second a month later with a 50:53. The border of a sub 50:50 was closing. Horror got a 50:52 on the 16th of September.
Why did Horror delete all the footage?
Out of nowhere, Luga, a German runner, got the world record by 0.2 milliseconds, a 50:52. Luga improved the world record 3 weeks later by another second, getting super close to that sub 50:50 barrier with a low 50:51. Folex would hit the world record 3 times back to back in a short span of time. First a 50:51, then a 50:50 high, then breaking the 50:50 barrier with a low 50:49.
3 world records back
his
to
old
back.
PB by 3 seconds and getting the world record within 50:48. Horror improved the run by 1 second 3 months later on the 25th of July 2019. Follix would shatter Horror's old world record, getting a 50:44. Follix kept the world record going from October in 2019 all the way into 2021 with a 50:43. This was the longest gap between world records so far. Why? The record was optimized very good and the runners were focusing on other categories. From here you have to ignore the jump in the time, because I'm not counting world records that had BOPs, which were banned in early 2022. An honorable mention though from the BO world records was a 50:32 from Axis and a 50:30 mid from Glitchless. These are still on speedrun.com today in the archive section of category extensions. The world record would finally be broken on June 28th of 2022 by me with a 50:42. Follix would take the world record back the same day by a second. Axis would get the first sub 50:40 without
By
BOPs
me.
2 weeks later. I took the world record back the same day Axis got the world record by 2 seconds with a 50:37. This stood for only a day. Axis took the world record back on the 7th of July with a 0.7 improvement, but still a 50:37. 3 days later, I clapped back with a 50:34, shattering the old world record, but Follix would take the world record 2 months later by only 0.5. The category seemed to be dead for big world records. The top runners had exhausted all their energy into optimizing this category. We thought this would be around the end of Glitchless, and oh boy, we were wrong.
Jay. Sub 6 admin. Just golding every split. Just golding every split, just too good, man. And all this on potato PC.
I can take you everywhere.
A sub 50:30, getting a 50:21.9, which was previously with BOPs allowed, not even reached. This is where the category stands today, and this category seems to be dead for now. The world record could be improved by maybe 1 second or 2, but you would need to get an incredible run. I hope you guys enjoyed the Outlast world record progression of Glitchless no SNQ. If you did, smash a like and smash a sub, I would appreciate it.
Like, imagine making a video on world record progression, and the guy who makes the video has the world record. By me. No, but for real, good video. If you, Jay, if you're watching somehow. I don't think Jay is here now. That was actually that was a good video. I really liked it. Especially like the pudding and like the Streamingfire times and horror the speedruns. Me having battle with horror the speedruns. Luga.
I like the fiend stuff.
That just brings back memories. And yeah, that was a good video.